Good morning, One Life. What you what you out here trading today? I saw NKTX was up and SBFM were my two that I was kind of like just looking at. Uh this is the little under $5 scanner that I got out here. You got some 50% movers and things under $1, but eh. Then we got NKTX up here in the low float department, $14 and 20 something cents right now, up 83%. Just kind of giving Monday morning a little leeway. Twitter's dropping back down. Twitter did have a little bit of a higher pre-market run up here to the 200 moving average. It is red on the day right now. Good morning, Mr. Gary and Lightning Rick. Lightning Rick in the building. But let's see. NKTX. SNDL's fighting a nice little downtrend. None of these really gapped crazily. And then SBMF is running into this 200 moving average right here at the 481, having a little congestion right there. Okay, so those are the stocks I'll watch. So let's jump over here. I'm still holding my shares on the uranium stocks as well. Haven't let those go yet. It's looking for some new ad areas on it. NKTX had a high of day up here of $16. Coming on down. SBFM coming on down, getting a high of day up there. You're in ERYP. Gary says ERYP. Yep, took a good little gap up here, but where's the bottom? Where is this thing going to consolidate? 180s, bounce down to those 180s right there, and then bounce back up. NKTX. SB. Actually, I kind of thought SBFM had the best news on the day. Just gonna wait for it to come on back down. The bottom here is the 320s, and it's struggling at that 200 moving average now. You flip over here to TOS. We can see it's got a nice little top and tail coming back red on the day. So that one I'm just gonna let go on down by itself. ERYP bumping out of there for a nice 10-cent rip. $204, $205. You see what Twitter is over here doing. Twitter came down to this low of the 50. But let me see what kind of news is on Twitter today. China fears spark another round of jitters. Why Twitter shares continue to trade higher. Blah, blah, blah. Twitter deal could be announced Monday. Okay, I'm not into that. Nothing life-changing in Twitter. ERYP do a nice little wick up there to the 210s. and has a bottom on the day of the 175. I need to watch this too. URA that definitely needs to come back up and start holding at 23.50 for my uranium stocks. Definitely taking a little bit of a dip. Let's see. What is the SPY doing? The SPY is almost back to the 420s here. I mean, breaking the 420. I mean, it's $2 away from it. Making its way on down. NKTX. This one ripped out another 5 cents over the high of day. Will it get those 220s up there? Loading up the bomb. Oh my goodness. Lightning Rick is preparing for the day. Making sure the ventilation is all correct. NKTX acting very shaky here. High of day was a $16. It had weaker news than SBFM though, to me. Let's see. Lightning Rick has the right idea, SB says, and then Lawrence says, I'm in short on SWN for 200 shares. I'm waiting to see if it cracks the 7, and I'll be out in the next 30 minutes on SWN. Okay, we're looking like we're coming down to the SPY, breaking down that 422 level. $1.75 away from the 420 break. Here's the hour chart here, looking very, very bearish there. Twitter, thing else popping up on the scans. ERYP didn't go too much further than the 210s at this point. So we're gonna see that Monday morning sell-off and then maybe some recovery during the week. But as of this time, I'm gonna go through the news and see if there's any kind of viable news that I want to swing. BAC. Oxy. Veru coming down and holding a little bit. Let me see. I'll watch Veru. Put Veru on the watch. NKT. Um, you take a hit every $420 trade. Oh my goodness. Let's see. NKT. For it to go red on the day, it just needs to break down to 1410. You got some of these. Okay, good morning. Good morning. Jimmy. Jim. My lifestyle. My lifestyle. Every time I see that name, I'm like, it makes me stop for a minute. But this is what I'm watching today. Lauren just caught a SWN. She was short on that one. But it's kind of going up a little bit. Veru was one that dipped down here and kind of flattening out that I'm keeping my eye on. I like that URA is having a little bit of a bounce back. That means my uranium plays are going to be coming back up a little bit. So this was my first uranium play. No, this isn't the uranium play. This is the ETF, but UROY, I was playing down here, looking for an add area around this level in this box where the previous consolidation was. And then LTBR was another one that I was playing, looking for entries in this range here above the $6. But just waiting for that. If those don't come into play, there'll be no ad. If it just wants to reverse, great. But this one has a huge range on the uranium. So we shall see. Twitter still red. Twitter is gonna be it's looking like it's turning into a grinder. Not a lot of green to red, just more and more red. Veru popped up there to the top. High of day is now the 11. Well, it looks like it wants to continue to push. 1178 right now in the 5-minute. ERYP coming on down. Okay, so let's just see what's green on the day. Man, the things under $5 are getting all the volume, but they're only moving like 2 cents. NKTX, Veru. What is this one? This one, ARDX. Don't really like that one. QNRX. Don't like that one. CENN. See, they're getting some monster volume, but it's no real push. NKT had a little flat top here at the 1538 on the 15 minute, 1525-ish area. It looks like a little bit of an area of resistance up here. EYRP continue to try to challenge that 210. Veru through that high of day up there, barely breaking out to the 1178. Let me see if Veru got any more news or are they just continuing. Veru announces oral late breaking presentation phase 2 data of my goodness. Well, I can't read that word. Let's look at this. Okay. Presentation of phase 2 data of this word for the treatment of hospitalized severe COVID-19 patient. Oh, this is still COVID-19. Huh. Well, I don't know how well that's going to do. So I'm going to leave that one alone because COVID-19 is kind of still a thing, but not as big of a deal as it was. Let's be. Some of these stocks got hammered. CENN came up here to 209, getting thrusted down. SNDL 50 cents. Not liking that. Okay. Gary says CANG just shot up. I'm gonna look at that. CANG. Oh my goodness, that's a death stroke. Yeah, it just shot up and didn't hold anything. Did it get? Let me see if it got any news over here. My goodness, that thing got killed. No. Well, Kango's board declares special dividend, authorizes 50 million share repurchase program. So they're repurchasing some of their shares, but I mean that was a straight bot move right there, up and then straight down. Yeah, I want to see I want to see URA consolidate in these levels here. Literally came to the bottom of my little box I drew last week. So I'll see if it dips down just a little bit, and I may add into my other positions over here if it starts to reclaim. But it's going to take a couple of days because it looks like for consolidation, it takes about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, maybe 16 days. So I'm gonna give this thing at least 5 days to just show us what it wants to do before I make any rash decisions. INDO is back down to $18. Oil dropped as well. Look at oil over here. Oil is at $96 right now. SNDL is going to continue to be a dumpster fire until they release earnings. They have pushed it back 4 times now on SNDL. Lauren says ERYP doing some very nice bottoming wicks down there. That one, I don't know if it had good news or news that was worth trading this morning. Sales U.S. manufacturing facility enters long-term supply agreement with Catalent. So No real news on ERYP that would be something that you'll want to jump into. SBFM about to crack down to $4. But it is a previous ripper, so I'm gonna keep SBFM on the watch. Cause it to me it had okay news because it actually solved the problem. Which was, let me see, let me read that. Sunshine Biopharma shares rise 26% after patent application for mRNA molecules. Basically, what this is doing is it is destroying multi-drug resistant cancer cells. So it's actually doing something, and they're already getting a patent for it. For whatever process this is. Now, I don't know how much testing they've actually done on this. If we look here, pharmaceutical, blah blah blah. The cytotoxic effects of the subject mRNA molecules were tested on different cancer cells, including multi-drug resistant breast cancer cells, ovarian, and pancreatic cancer. In contrast to cancer cells, the mRNA molecules had little cytotoxic effects. So that may be something that kind of slowed it down. They had a little effects. These mRNA molecules readily adaptable for delivery into patients. Okay. Well, that'll be something I'm watching since it was a previous ripper. Let it come down and make a decision. Let's see. What else we got? NKTX. Where's your previous level of resistance? At this level right here on the 15-minute, it is pulling back up a little bit right now. Pushing on out there. Let's see. ERYP back under $2. So yeah, that one, I let that one do its thing by itself. NKTX made this move up here, but will it get back those profits very quickly? Let's see. Give me 1 second. All right. The SPY breaking on down, coming into the 420s for a possible break. This low of this candle was the 420.28, making its way on down. Let's see if it can get that break today. Good morning, Lori, Jimmy Mayo. Good morning, everybody that's tuning in. Make sure you hit that like button. If you enjoyed the content, just looking over the market today, things are making some interesting moves. Okay, so the SPY looking like it wants to go ahead and shift through that 420 level. 420.15 is a low on the 15-minute chart. What's up, Dallas? Yeah, we're gonna see if this SPY breaks down the 420 here. NKTX. What does it want to do? It's kind of closing down this range. I don't like how these bars are getting smaller and smaller now. Popping out there, throwing a little wick up to the 1565. High of day was the $16. It's on the 5 minutes. Let's see this little trend here. Okay. Getting knocked down off that high. Wow. Coming down quickly. A lot of volume picking up on this downwards move there. So people trying to buy right at the VWAP. A lot of stop orders getting hit right there. Let's also look at the other stocks up here that I was watching. ERYP ended up staying under the 2. SBFM still red on the day, but keeping that one on watch because it is a previous ripper. CENN, not really getting much movement now. Pulled back up, so it came up here. Pre-market high was a 208, came down to the 184, and now it's back at the 194. QNRX basically took out everything that it gained, so it got up here to the almost the $2 and came all the way back down to the 115. DIDI is getting up for some reason. Let's look. No news on today though, and it is below the 200 moving average, but it is getting some trades up here off the bottom, off the lows. You can see it's had kind of a rough couple of 2 years. Looks like what it had. Well, let me go back a little bit more. Nope, can't go back. So yeah, 2 years and has been in a strong downtrend. I don't see any kind of DD's delisting plan, just the start of a tough road ahead. That's not good news. CRTX, yeah, Dallas. SBMF is a previous ripper though. That's definitely a previous ripper, but this is Monday morning, so you know it can come down a little bit. And plus, it had the best news to me overall today, because they actually are solving a breast cancer, ovarian cancer, and pancreatic cancer problems. So I just wanted to see it kind of dip down and see what levels it stops at. It came down here from the 320s though, but it is in a downtrend as well. Twitter turning back around. SPY did not break down that 420 back up to the 420.50s. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, Gary, on that SBFM. Give it some time to come down, figure out what it wants to do. Because I mean it's right at $4. It's the one that I think can move the best today. but it has gone red on the day. It is down 3%. So I'm not going to touch it as long as it's red, though. NKTX looks like it's headed back to the 1450s. Had quite an extension up here from the gapped up to the 919, moved all the way to the 14s on a Monday morning. So still expecting a little bit of drop off, but it is holding these levels quite well. Give it some time. Lori said she traded CYN on Friday. Is that thing moving any? Down 16%, but moved back up a little bit. Came back into this consolidation range here at the $2. It did gap down though. Gap down from 256 back down here. So could it do this gap fill? We don't know. Not enough good news there to do a gap fill. Let's see. Out of SWN, Lawrence says at 720 with 880, I mean, not 800, 186 in profit. I'm not going to hold it for this barcoding between 721, 723 and wasting time. If it goes back up to 8, then I'll get in another short. Lauren's making sure these prices stay right. She's pushing stuff down. Oh, man. All right. So let's see. Twitter coming back up. NKT, like I said, it was holding this level okay, but it just seems like it needs a rest. At least a test back down to the 14s. A real test. Lauren says, I wish 886. Nah, you'll get it. It's accumulation. Snap. I don't know if One Life, if you saw Snap, are you still playing on Snap? It's coming back up to the $30 level, but it's just, I don't know, man. Snap looked like a better short, but let me look at Snap real quick. Came down to the 28s, back up there. Has a little flat top here at the 30.50 where it's at right now. I don't know about that one. Just calling it out because I saw it on the charts moving up there. Up 2% on the day, but it is a larger cap, so 2% is quite a bit. Needs to get through the range before I'm interested. Okay. Let's see. Plug. RBLX is up 1%. But man, that thing's fighting a nasty downtrend on RBLX. Okay, NKTX halted going up here. So halted out of this breakout. 16 up to the 1650. The news behind that one just isn't worth it to me. But it is moving up. So if someone saw it holding this range and they bought a little bit just to see what it could do, you know, they'll be up like $2. RDBX is moving so good. RDBX, Lori called out. Okay. RDBX, let's look that one up. How much volume is on it? 2 million. RDBX. Any kind of news on you? Redbox shares spiked sharply. Any kind of news though? 25th. They adjusted the Redbox's price target from $3 to $16. My protege bought it. You said your protege bought it. Nice. Let's see when this thing is on halting. Halted at 10:11:40. So it'll be opening up at 10:16:40. Like 2 minutes. What's up, Lando? In the building. Lando, are you have you traded anything today? I know you said you got some calls on Tesla, so I know you're doing okay on that. By the way, we do have a Discord. You can check that out. Go to frameworkfortune.com and get the Discord link, and we talk about everything investing and entrepreneurship in there. Crypto, stocks, whatever you want to talk about, ideas, whatever. You can go and check that out. It's the quickest way to talk to us outside of the stream. You entered. Did it open? Oh, you're in NK TX at 1559. Donnell says. Nice. Got you a nice little dollar rip there. It should be opening up here in a second. Or not in a second, but in about a minute. Let me see. Twitter, LOL, I sold them right at open, but the IV implied volatility was so high they were basically break even. Nice. NEE looks so good for a short if SPY flushed out. NEE. I'm going to watch for this to open real quick. Should be opening here on the 40. Yep, 1140. Wow, opened up a little bit higher. Pushing there to the 17s. Little bounce down. Let's see it check back into this level of the 1550s. 1550s is where we want to see it come on down to. Can it get a bounce there? $15.50 was the original trend that you broke. At least we got a high of day up here, the 1717. Exited at 1680. Donnell said, nice. That man said, man, I'm gonna keep my shoes. Oh man. It might actually halt coming back down though. We'll see. Coming down to the 16, getting a little bounce there. SBFM showing a little bit, but that hour chart looks kind of drastic. Pulling back up a little bit, pulling back up a lot. 1591. The previous body of this previous candle on the 5-minute was 1656. So we'll see how it acts on that level. Sky is also up, and I think Ben bought Sky, and he was holding Sky for some reason. It said it had no news on it or whatever, but it's still moving up for some reason. And that's SKYH. Let me see how much volume it has on it today. 2 million shares. SBML. SBMF. Trying to get a little bit of a pushback, but I'm going to give that one some more time. To really solidify a bottom. Snap hit a high up there of the 30 and came on back down. Did not break the range like One Life was looking for. Okay. So we have not got a retest of that 1550 as of yet. 15 minutes still nice and red. Moving slower and slower though. Will the bots be able to take control at some point here? Let's look at the volume. Volume started off 5 million shares on their first candle, 5-minute candle. Has been a million shares since then. So we'll see when that volume starts to decline. UPST Lando was calling out. What is it doing? Yeah, that bad boy's been going down for a while. So we'll see what that wants to do. SB. All right, this one's looking like it's getting back up to those 16, almost back up to the body of this previous candle, 1650. Top was 1648. Yeah, that one's getting a little choppy there. NKTX not getting those big pushes out just yet. Nobody wants to hit that either big buy or big sell there. Let's look at Sky. Move from the 727 up here to the 9s. Has a high of day. CYN slow down here. High of day of the 232. Yeah, Gary. Oh, snap. Popped back off of that 29.75 back up towards the highs. Big pop up there. That is a lot of looks like buying pressure. The 30.28 is the indecision, kind of like the support, the previous body of this 15-minute. So that's a very strong pullback up on Snap. All right, NKTX coming on back down. Yeah, it's just slowing down way too much. I think it's going to have a nice move down here in a little bit. Sky getting punched in the mouth. UPST. Everything's kind of just easing its way down. Okay, so URA This is where I want to see it kind of settle here at the 2350. I want to see if it can just hold that 2350 for a while, and I add into these positions I got over here. Uroy. Let's see. Not a lot of volume on that one today. LTBR. Peaked into this level. But like I said, I'm gonna give it a couple of days to kind of see what it wants to do in this level of consolidation. Coming towards the 50-day Uber. Let me see. Uber on crack as well. Let's see what Uber's looking like. Yeah, Uber moved from the 30 up to the 32. Nice little blast off. Is this a reversal? This is a higher low. Previous low was down here at the 28s. We still have a nice little downtrend here, though, that is fighting. NKTX, we did get that move down to this previous trend line here. So at this point, just gotta let it play out. Can it hold up that trend for another, I'd say 5 minutes, 10 minutes? This selling candle though is getting on up there. Almost 7 million shares traded on this 15-minute candle. Let's see what Snap actually ended up doing. Snap broke that range there of the 30-50. That's a 10 cent breakout. Uber is a market leading move due to its most transpo status. Look for the SPY to follow in sympathy later on. Let's see, where's the SPY? SPY got all the way down to 420 and was like, nope. We're gonna hold right here for the day. NKTX, again, holding this little trend. A little consolidation above this trend. It needs to hold up this $15 though. Did get a high of day, which we can go ahead and mark that out on the 5 minute. New high of day, new trend setting up there. Sky up to $9, coming up to this top of the 914. Okay. For some reason. Come on, Uber. Okay. Taking a little time there. I'll let those load up. There's a 60% chance that the SPY has already hit low of day. Dallas has called out. Beru continues to push up. Slowly but surely, just pushing up little by little. Now, Veru had some good news back back a couple of weeks ago. The only problem was it had that shelf registration that caused it to fall so hard. Um, Kind of hurt it a little bit. Okay, so we got a new trend here. Trend from high of day down here to the 440s. We'll see how that wants to act throughout the day. VIX killing the game. Twitter. What in the world? Through a huge wick. Now, what? Whoa, that's huge right there. Huge wick up there to the 51, getting absolutely stomped. Let me see if any kind of news just came out. Um, let's see. Why did that just happen? She's best mentions higher Dogecoin. Dogecoin is beating Bitcoin as Elon Musk plans to buy Twitter take shape. MW stock of SPAC buying Trump social extends plunge. Let me see what DWAC's doing. DWAC came down here still bundling down. Came down to the 37s. Pretty low volume down there. Snap coming back down off those 30s. One Life says I have short-term memory loss. What do you mean? Short-term memory loss? I forgot the range on Twitter. Oh yeah. Okay. Veru pumping up to this top again of the 1170. It's been here a couple of times. Has some support down here. So BBG isn't doing a big move. BBIG. G. Let's see what BBIG is out here doing out here in these streets. Nice little downtrend. Has bounced around this level of the 224 multiple times. Does it have any news? Let me see. BBIG. Top 5 Reddit short squeeze mentions for Wednesday of last week. BBIG is on there for the Reddit squeezes. From the 221 up to the 225 or 235, maybe 12 cents right there. DWAC coming off this bottom. No. Okay. Shelf registration on RDBX. Let's see. Prospective supplement. No, I don't see any initial registration for a new security. That's not a shelf though. No, I don't see any shelf registrations. Wow, it has been moving up though, up 30%. Finally making a high of day of the 385. On the 4-hour chart, I mean not the 4-hour chart, the hour chart. Coming down to the body of this candle, may start pushing back into this body to find some type of bottom here, maybe above that 325 area. Let's see. Lando says great on the 15-minute chart and around the 40 cent on the daily. I don't like tech when it comes to relative strength though, because tech gonna drop if the SPY drops. So it's it's a really strong to SPY, really strong or reactive to the SPY. Yeah, NKT is slightly holding this downtrend, but I think it needs to pull back. I'm not gonna play that game. Uber pulling back as well. Snap again, going up there again to that 30.50, coming on back down. The SPY, how we looking? Came up here, the high of day was the 423, and then it made a new high of day of 424, which was only $1 up. Very tight range here on the hour and the 15 minute and 5 minute. So I put that as a little bit of resistance up there. High of day. Take some of these other lines off. Then we have support down here at the 419. Whoops. Where'd my support line go? So indecision to the downside. We'll see what that wants to do. And on the hour chart, pushing on down under the body of this previous candle, 422.50. Can it start holding under that though? NKTX, again, another little test here, right on this trend. Gary, wait. You think SB ready to go? SB, let's see, what's the trends we got here? High of day trend down to this level. We got on the hour chart trend. Okay. So we will see there. Has a bottom here right above the $4. NKTX coming down to break the 15. RDBX coming on back down a little bit. Probably needs to find some type of bottom after this. It may have some consolidation right here at this level on here, if I can find it. This little level right here was a previous level of consolidation. So we'll see how it acts around that 325-ish level. DWAC coming on down. Still think this thing can come on down to this 385 for SBFM. Volume's almost out of most of these, so we'll see what the bots want to do with it. BBIG is coming on down as well. Hit a high of day of the 237. Let's see. Yeah, if it breaks 450, it's definitely holding these levels quite well though on SBFM. Opening up right at the body of this candle, right above that new trend there. Let's see if it can hold out. 425 will be that area of weakness for SBFM. It breaks that 425. It can hold up the 425. I think this one can give some moves up. Definitely watching it though. One Life said, "Rip Twitter." All right, rest in peace, Twitter. I'm going to look at that one in just a minute. Oops. This one holding above that 425 level. Let's put some support down here, 425. Let's see what it wants to do here, though. 425 will be a major sign of weakness if it breaks that down. Hitting the 425, we want to see it consolidate at that 425 and then start to hold out of this trend again. So it hit 425 right there. We're going to give it a little bit of time and see which way it wants to go. And at this point, we can actually draw another trend from the high to see if this breakout is going to be something that's viable. Right now, it's just too far away from this other one here. I usually like to keep 2 on the charts just for just to keep them in sight. Let's see, NKTD still holding at that 15 level, right at the trend. It's been playing with that trend a little bit much. $15, giving it a little problem there. 15s, can we see the 14.99s? Yeah, I'm not liking any of that. All right, RDBX coming on down. High of day was up here at the 385, coming down into this previous consolidation range of the 325. Gary Douglas says the sad part is that I'm still in EURYP. It's about to hit my stop loss. Then I'm jumping over to SBFM. And then Daniel B said, people, did you watch Ben's video where he is analyzing IMF meeting without any sarcasm or making fun of him? But he's I'm not laughing. That's my sickness I have. Anyway, sarcasm or making fun of him. Oh man. And then focus. Yeah. Okay. So where's SBFM? SBFM did hold up at 25. We're giving it some more time here. Oh man. How is that censored? Literally, I turn. Give me 1 second. Maybe it's. I don't know. Let me go see. He didn't even say anything bad. Let me go and see why this thing is doing that. Actually, let me keep my eye over here on SBFM real quick. Because it did hold up that 425. Okay. Does it want to give us any more confirmation above the 425 here? Is the question. $434. Came down to the body of this previous candle. The trend is at the 430 right now. It needs to hold above the 430. That's 5 cents above the 425. It is closing down its range, though. I don't know how big a candle on this one could be out of this one. Maybe like 10, 20 cents, maybe. Did do a higher low there at the 433. Give me 1 second. Sky is finding that top. Veru is back over 12s. Did end up pumping out of that little high there. NKTX still holding these levels here. Still holding those levels. I do not trust this thing, man. It's giving back $2 and it's grinding down. Just grinding down. Okay. BBIG. Uber. Snap is back up to the $30 level. This is the third test today of that 30. Just taking its time, but I'm not too interested in that one. SBFM. Continue to try to hold. $4.25 area has a bottom here of the $4. So at this point, it'll be a 30-cent risk. And you can just cut at the $4. But the previous resistance is this 383 during pre-market. I mean, not resistance, support. So we'll draw that in. We'll see how it does in this range. Coming down to that bottom trend there. Let's see if it'll break down the 30s. And if it just quickly goes through the 30s and the 25, that's a nice sign of weakness. Sky. RDBX sitting right on that consolidation area. We'll see if it cracks down into this consolidation area. Veru continuing to push up. 5 million shares traded. No news added today. NKTX continuing to push down. Let me go out here and see what was happening with the studio. Why is it? I literally set this thing to allow all comments. Shouldn't be censored. Yep. Still set there. It shouldn't be holding anything. Okay. But again, I only have so much control on my side. YouTube is the mothership. All right, let's see. Sky, red blocks. Oh, we're looking at SBFM. Continue to try to get over these 40s here. $4. Still holding that 25 there. SPFM, what do you look like on your 4-hour chart? 4-hour chart doesn't look horrible. Still holding that 425. So it may just be a grinder throughout the day. Let's give it some more time. This thing's taking nothing but time. Yeah, I think I'm going to take some just to get a participation trophy above this 425 here. Took a little bit getting in there on this little pause there. So just taking 10 shares there. And my first stop, I'll just be out at the $4. Stop at the 4. $3.99. will be my sellout on that, and I'll continue to add if it can continue to show strength. So I got my stop out there. See what it wants to do. It's been holding this level for quite a while. Can it hold above the 4? All right, let's see. Red blocks. DWAC. Veru still coming back down. NKTX ended up breaking down just a little bit. Nothing harsh. SNFM looking like the end of a bull wave. The end of a bull wave. We'll see. It's been holding these levels quite a bit. Still holding up there. Yeah. It's continuing to hold up there at that 434. So 425, you know, it's just sitting there. Will we get a quick test of it and a pop back up? Is the question. I add a little bit more. Okay, it's on the 4-hour, it is getting some heavy moves back down. So on the 4-hour, the bottom of the 4-hour candle is the 386. The body of the previous candle, which was in pre-market, was the 390. So I'm going to put it down there at the 386 for this one. On a stop. Sell. Twitter. Yeah, Twitter's dead. Let me see any more low floats that are moving. Futures. Boom, boom, boom. Nothing. Nothing looking like it wants to play ball. 425 again on the list. Getting a little buy up there. Continues to hold these levels. Let's see. The body of this previous candle was the 435. 435 on the 15 minute of that top candle. Mm-hmm. Okay, NKTX continues to grind down. Sky going up. XBFM holding at that little 25 level. Looking forward to go ahead and challenge this next trend if it wants to continue to hold out. $364, $341. Yeah, I'm just gonna hold these little 10 shares. It doesn't matter. I'll add and I'll put my stop like at the three. I mean, at this point, 10 shares isn't gonna hurt me. I can add to this position whenever. 330s. Okay. I'll just hold those throughout the day. SBFM, I add that back here. RDBX coming down into this range here. Had a nice little pump up from the 280s up here to the 386. DWAC. Veru killing the game up here to the 1320s. Reaching back up to this top. Wow. No news on it though. What? You can't push a person into a wood chipper nowadays. What? Oh, I had a friend having a conversation with someone orally about a certain product that he needs. A few minutes later, he gets ads on his iPhone with those kind of products. Yeah, man. They're always listening. Always. Beru, man, absolutely killed the game today. Up 20%. They highlight a phase two or whatever, phase two, whatever that they came out with of their product. Apparently must have been really good. Got a bottom of the $4 there. 420s still trying to hold up. So we came down. We tried to get out of here. Failed to get out of here at the 450. And yeah. Looking like it wants to come on down a little bit. But I'm okay with that. RDBX bounced down into this area and bouncing off of it. Don't like that one. I didn't see any news that I liked on that one, RDBX, except I think they just had a price target movement or something like that. No. This isn't that one. It didn't have any news on today. Sky coming back off of the 1050 on Sky. I think NKTX, I really just didn't like that one. SPY is back down to the 420 level. Not looking great. Caught 2% on Veru for another win. Nice. Let's see. Phase 2 is to the supernova word phrase. Red Bull time. That's where the volume at. Let's see. Yeah, I was this is where the volume was this morning, but look at the volume now. Barely getting a million shares traded at all. Barely. Seeing 425 come back up here. This is another little stop here. Down here, I'm gonna add a share down here at the 420 levels. Actually, no, I'm not gonna add yet. I want to see a better setup here. 415. Top of this is the 430. I'll wait. See what it wants to do. The hour chart definitely needs to get back over the 425s. So yeah, for today, I'll just hold those 10 shares. Risk on that one is let me see. Let me go back to it. 441 is where I got filled on that market order, which is pretty high. And my risk is like a dollar something, so maybe 10 bucks on this trade. So yeah, I just hold it. NKTX trying to get back up, but that original volume is not coming in there for it. SPY continues to play around with that 420. Volume is on Veru. Yeah, volume is on Veru because it's so high. Like, who's going to buy up here? Where is the new bottom? Like, all these questions have to be answered, man. Snap pulling all the way back up there again. Continue to test this level of the 30-50. Snap coming on back down. I consider Veru a momentum burst play. When everyone is sitting around second guessing it and waiting for confirmation, dip in, dip out. Yeah, but still though, this let's look at the volume in here. Got a couple million shares towards the top traded. Are those shorts getting filled though up here at the top? Because it didn't down here when it was moving up. It was very little volume and then a whole bunch of fills up here. So that means a bunch of buyers were getting in for a higher move, and the shorts are having a lot of people to sell to. Still get second guessing it, so that's your signal. Well, okay. We'll see if it still wants to go. I do think it's well and extended though. SPY about to interact with the 420. Yep, coming down there. 420.40. Snap. Yeah, NKTX is dead to me. Don't worry about that one. Sky. SPY 25 cents away from this breakdown. Getting a little bit of a double bottom there at the 420.18 support level. Veru, two top and tails up there, finally finding a high of day there at the 14.17. There's a 90% chance that the SPY will not hit a new high of day. Dallas called out. So the previous high of day was what, the 424? And yeah, it doesn't look like it's going to be turning around very much from here. Okay. So down here at the 416, I'll be adding to this one. Tested this little downtrend, stayed out of it for quite a bit. I like it. Just get 15. Yeah, 15 shares will be good. I had like 5 under here. Want to see you get away from it though. Can you pick up those 18s? Got this nice little double bottom here at the 415-ish level. So I'm gonna add a little bit down here. Add 5 more shares. Looking for it to continue to hold these ranges and get above that 425. I'm gonna sell. Okay. All right, I'm just gonna let that play around there. See if we can start uptrending off of this 420 level, 420 area. Snap back up there to the 30s again. What is up with snapping these 30s? The moves are about 25 cents. You'll be watching Sky and TLT or Scratch TBLT. Yeah, I don't even see that TBLT on the scanners yet. Yeah. Veru slowing down around that top. The shorts aren't ready for it to go down yet. They're holding it up here just a little bit. Snap again, pulling back off of that 30-50. Just not every time it looks like it wants to go, and it's just giving these false hope breakouts there. On the hour chart, it's nice and red as well. Veru popped up here to the 14s. High of day 14.15. So let's see if we can at least start seeing some type of trend, or maybe it'll continue to just grind up and just completely throw everything off. Sky just has such a big range on it. I mean, that range is crazy. One Life says we have a 70% chance that the SPY has put in a low of day. Let me see where the SPY is now. Yeah, it double bottom down there at that 421. I mean 420.21. Yeah, I think Snap's gonna end up breaking this. It's tried too many times here at this level. Too many times at that 30-50. 30-50 has held it down, held it down. All the liquidity should be dried up in here. So it's ready. It's probably ready to pop. Dallas said that's not the way it works, One Life. Dallas says DB, a bull flag is a partial or full ABCD pattern. It can also be considered the fourth Elliott wave or a pennant. It's the most rudimentary price action pattern. Okay, so we're seeing SBFM hold here again, right under those 420s. 418s, 420 level. All right. So I added a little bit more there. Looking for this thing to get back up through those 425s later on today. Right now, the $4 would be a 30-cent risk here. So we'll see how that holds up. Can it start popping those 420s? So 399 will become my out if it goes green here. Going back up, we'll see how it tests up here at the 428, 430, which is my average price. If it doesn't get bulldozed down. I kind of got to wait on a trend on this one. Really don't know what it wants to do. Wait on an uptrend, that is. So we got a little bit of an uptrend from here, but no other real uptrend there that we can see. Let's see what I need to do here. So I'd be risking $1 on this one, so 20 bucks on this one, down to the 330. Trying to see if it can form a little uptrend here. Very close to getting me green, but we'll see. The SPY coming down to the 420, 32. Sky's still doing his thing. Veru. Come on now. All the volume's gone. Load that chart in. Veru coming on down. Snap failing again at that level, but it had a huge pull back up on the hour chart. So what's the chances of it pushing back against that? Veru giving a little move down. Got the $13 that it's probably going to come down to. Volume on Veru has definitely decreased a bit. Sky popping down here, 1025. I don't know how big that range can be. Okay. SBFM coming up back up to challenge this previous level of the 427s here. Can it get back over both of these bodies of the 428 and 425-ish level? So literally 5 cents from where it is now. It's been holding up this range quite a bit. So if it can cross over, I'll just put a trailing stop of $1 on it. SPY getting a nice bounce off of the 420s again, but continue to get closer and closer to this level. 421 has a little flat top there, 421.40. Snap barely got above this level, finally breaking out though. Probably gonna be a slow breakout, but it may give, let's see, the top of this was the 3080. Came up here, tested the top of this previous body, 3065 on the hour chart. And let me make sure, yeah, I am. Oh man, Lando. Don't let NQ pull down my penny position. Uh, right now, uranium's just chilling, waiting for uranium to give it a couple of days to see what it wants to do in this area. And yeah, want to see it start recapturing that area, but not too worried about it. SBFM getting up there to those 425s. Very flat level here. May add a little bit more here on this break. Can it start making its way out of this downtrend? Needs to stay green though. I'm not gonna add anything. I'm just gonna hold these 20 shares and let it play out. It's this bottom here. Once it reaches the 430, I'm gonna put a trailing stop of $1 in there. If it can start crossing over that 430. Or maybe it won't. Coming back red now. Not holding up those 420s like that. So at this point, I'm gonna start moving my actual stop up since it held above this previous consolidation level. 367 is my out right now until it gets over that 430. So stop 367. And that'll be a little under $1 risk or something like that. 367, yeah. Okay. Right on the trend there. Can it get any action above that 425 level? Snap, where you at? Yeah, I'm gonna take Snap off. Snap is just aggravating. Veru came on down to the VWAP. Following that nice little downtrend down now. Sky made a high of day. Let's see if we can spot a trend here. SPY finally coming back down to this 420 level. 20 cents away. Now this looks like it's ready to break. Look at all of this selling pressure here. This does not look good for the SPY. Bottom here of the 419.81, 13 cents away from the 420. Pulling back up there again, but I don't think it has many more times to pull back up before it actually goes down. SBMF could not hold out of that previous trend. Okay, so break of the $4 would be 30 cents. And yeah, I don't like the way they held up here and now it's trying to break down. So $3.99, I jump out. If it's gonna get up, it needs to get up and go soon. $3.95, I'll be out. So that'll be 40-cent risk on 20 shares. Not much risk if people want to continue buying it here. We shall see. But I do not like the way it got up there to the 25s and found all those problems. We need solutions, not problems. 423 is the break point back over to a nice little green. Hitting right under the 423 but not taking it. Don't see any, yeah, a little bit of weakness there. Bottom of this candle, let's see, low of the 416. Can we get any green through there? Can we see any 23s? Yeah, I'm not seeing it. All right, well, I'll give it a little bit of space and time, but Veru breaking under the 13s there, Sky breaking on down as well. Okay. Anything else on the scans? $30.41, AMC, DKNG, Twitter. NKTX starting to look like a little box. Getting some box formations here. Veru. See that volume. Okay. SPY finally broke down there 420. Picking up momentum going downward. Barrel getting some little pops off of this little dip in here. Getting another little pull up. Can we start to overtake this 415 and get back up here to the 420s? Four 17s. 422 is what we need to see. Okay, they're ready to drop their shares. If it comes down under that $4, I'll go ahead and jump out if it doesn't want to hold up any kind of trend, because it's looking like the downtrend has become a little bit more powerful than the uptrend. So not what I want to be involved in on this one, especially with it being a biopharmaceutical stock. Veru coming up and testing the trend here at the 1350. Got a high of the 1343 there. Sky on watch for you. Dallas, Sky coming on down. It's tested twice up here. Has a pretty big range. Let's see what Sky wants to do. Oil is down to $95. $95.38. Your end is dumping on you. Uh-oh. Yeah. I don't know, man. Today is Monday though. It's gonna be a little weird. Just don't know why. Okay. So at this point, I will $4. I could sell half at the break of the four. Sell half and then hold a little bit. Just to decrease my position size. Which is what I think I'm going to end up doing. Sell 10 on the break of four. Because this thing ain't looking right. $407. Does it want to pick up here and start finally trending up? Looking for those 17s to roll in. Okay, opening up a little high there. This will be my new out. 410 for half of them. 410 will be a 20-cent loss on those shares, on those half. Got my sell order out there. Then I put the other half down here below 4. So $3.99. Because I'm not seeing the action that I wanted to see there. All right, Veru came up and tried to get through this trend line, coming back down now. Yep, that should have been a nice little triple bottom, but couldn't do it for me. Sky breaking under the 10s. Veru. A lot of breakdowns. Went 15 on the weekend. If you can think of any good ones, let me know. All right, I will do. Wait, what? NKTX into another halt? What? Look at this. Look at this lunacy. Nah, man, that thing's on some other stuff. I don't like that. I mean, it held out of the trend and just held there for a little bit, but that was too unpredictable. That's crazy. I'll see if SBMF wants to do anything like that. Not a halt, but just get going upwards on sentiment since it is a biotech as well. ERYP never did get back over $2. It's at 178. Everything under the 5, SBF was the number one thing under 5. Then NKTX was the number one thing above 5. That was a low float. Twitter is over the 51 there. So we're seeing some things wake back up as the SPY dumps. Let's see. Yeah, Twitter and Snap again failing the 350 again. So let's look at Snap. Whoops. Edit Snap. Yeah, Snap getting nice. I don't know if anybody caught Snap for a short, but nice little push down off that 30 after almost a triple top on the 5-minute, a double top on the 15-minute. We'll see when this NXTX unhalted threw a wick down to the 1609. Has a top up here of the 1713. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, Donnell. This thing is unpredictable. Like it out of nowhere, just consolidated a little bit and then boom. Let's see how much volume came in. 1 million shares of volume came in on that specific candle. Ah, I don't know, man. It's very, very shady. Like SBMF is gonna come on down once again. Is it gonna actually break this time and go ahead and stop me out? Break of the 410, I'll get out half, and then break of the 4, I'll get out the other half. I just don't like the way it just kind of stopped working. Twitter breaking down the 51. I just don't like that setup on Twitter. It's just nasty. No, SBFM, no, it's not a weed stock. It's ovarian cancers and breast cancer, and look at NKTX bouncing down there to the bottom there. Let's see if it'll continue to push. How extended can this drop be? Hmm. Go ahead and get rid of Snap once again and watch this one. Sky is in discount mode. Could be a red day for me. Let's see. Sky. Yeah. Yeah, after it hit that one high there, I was like, man, that's a strong little trend down on the hour and on the 4 hour. It's got a lot of work to do to come from the 11. I mean, it is a low float and everything, but I don't know, man. It just kind of acts weird. Oh, SBFM popping back up there. Let's see if it can hold the 20s this time and stop playing. Can we get that green candle? Needs to go test this 423. Or is this a bull trap? If it's a bull trap, let's see. 410. Just holding this little trend here. So I'm not too afraid of it. As long as it holds over the 4, I'll have half. Need to see the break of the 425 here though. Seeing a lot of volume at the 420s. Four 421s. So at this point, the trend here, it defeated 3 trends on the day and held these levels. So I'm gonna see if it can get up here. My average price is the 430. See if it can get on up there and do what it needs to do. And at this point, this hour chart is at the 410 for a low. So 425 needs to hold that up there though. Okay, got a little pop. I don't like the pops. I want to get up there and hold because that's a lot of bot movement. Okay, 427. So this will be another trend getting ready to set up depending on what this thing wants to do. Can it pop through the 430s? Going green on the day now. Almost. Can we see those 28s roll in? Break that 30 with some gusto. 29 getting tested right at my entry. Can we go ahead and break that 30 and start pushing those shorts? If not, we'll continue with the same plan. Let's see. NKTX got a little bounce down here. Veru breaking out here as well. breaking out of that trend on the 5-minute, but on the 15-minute, the 1365 looks like the spot. So it's still got some work to do to get all the way up there. SBMF did not want to push, did it? Just threw a wick up there and doesn't want to do anything else. So 410, 410, 407. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna keep my stops where I have them. It should have went right there. It did not go, so I'll cut it. Or my stops will cut it if it doesn't want to act right. Yeah, Dallas said the smartest thing is to stay on the sideline for right now. Yeah, these stocks are pretty unpredictable. Like, they're just, I don't know how to explain them. I guess, I mean, if you're not gonna sit on the sideline, at least size down. Because these are not playing any games out here. Sky hitting that top level of the 5-minute downtrend. Let's see if it retakes this 1028 downtrend. Yeah, this thing is too flat. Way too flat. If it goes red, it's going to be bad news bears. And I'll be looking at the 409 to get out if it goes red and starts just plummeting. 409. And that will be what, a 15-cent loss on these 20 shares? Because I don't want to see this trend break here, break down. And I'm going to get out everything at 409. Well, 409 isn't in play just yet. 405. Will be the spot. We'll see if it makes a new little downtrend here off the highs. Okay. So there's our new downtrends. Waiting to see what it wants to do. Veru continue to hold out of that level. Kind of weak though, with all that volume. NKTX came down and is throwing some wicks down there. Nice little sell off, quick little jab down. Let's see if it can get any more lunches down like that. It has given back what, 50% of this total candle, 1462 up to 1730. Yeah, over half of this candle has been checked now. Coming back down, if we look on the hour chart right here, 1546 is the body of or this previous flat top that could be a little bit of support. At the, what is this, 1550 is where it's headed to, 1550. 1550. Sky pushing out of this level. So 1, 2, 3 for the breakout on the 5 minutes. So that would have been how much of a breakout? 1040 up to the 60. So a 20-cent breakout, but the higher time frame isn't looking in alignment with that. On the hour chart, another little short push down. This one, NKTX, can we get a small bounce up here? I don't know. I think I'm gonna stay on the sidelines on this one. It just looks like it wants to hurt me. SBFM, can you start getting that push out of this next trend? Opening a new 15-minute candle there, right at the top of the body of the 423. Looking like it wants to test this uptrend. See if it can. It's probably going to be a grinder throughout the day with the way it's moving. Spent a lot of time staying away from this 410 area. So if it starts crashing, I will be out at that 405. I want to see a full break of that 410, then straight through the 405. If it's going to do that. All right, NKTX throwing some wicks back up. Could play the backside of the move if you're really brave. Veru closing up its the candle sizes here getting very tight. Sky pushing on up to the sky. So it did make it up here to the hour chart 1084. Let's see how it reacts to this this larger time frame trend change or pivot area, possible pivot area. And let me mark that it's a new level here. Okay, finding a little bit of resistance there at that larger time frame sell-off. Trend. Oh my goodness. It is 11 o'clock. I'm tripping. All right, yeah, so I'm just going to continue holding SBFM. If it breaks down the 405s, I'll be out. If it wants to continue this little trend up and people want to buy it, great. My entry price was the 430. The risk on the trade is 25 cents on 20 shares. So whatever that is. I am tripping. 25 cents. 20 shares. So $5. I thought it was way more than that. $5 is what I'm risking on this trade. If it wants to get up and get crazy like its big brother NKTX, great. If not, risking $5. Sky again back up there to that top level resistance. All right, SPY coming on down there. You got yeah, SKYH went for you. Nice. Yeah, I know, man. That thing was kind of looking shady there for a minute. Uh it did so I like the setup here on the 5 minute. It didn't do the setup on the larger time frames, but it definitely showed it on the 5 minute that I look for. Where it makes that high of day, tests that trend line, then comes back through, and really you want your entry to be here at this 1008 level, but it's kind of hard. It kind of plays with your emotions sometimes because it'll come up here and it'll test for this third time. If it immediately starts to fail, maybe bad news bears. But when it starts to get that little push, oh man, that's what you're looking for. Let me see. The high of day on this one was 1108, and then it came back up to 1106. So did not make a new high of day, but definitely gave some opportunity from that $10 up to the almost a dollar move right there. NKTX still just hovering this level. Uh, High of day 1711, 1727. So yeah, it's gotta reset up and do all that. I don't know about that. Anyway, just waiting, man. Do they want SBMF or not? That's my question. Very small risk level on this one of $5. I like the news on it and everything. They actually were fixing a problem. That's why I was like, well, maybe this thing can get up if they're actually fixing a problem, right? NKTX wasn't actually fixing a problem. They just had a kind of like they had a data where they were showing what they did in their phase one and the results, but they wasn't actually fixing a problem. So I was like, I don't know about that one. So it's coming up here and testing this level yet again. It needs to push through this trend and start to continue this uptrend. So the bottom here is the 411. I think I'm good at the 405 though with a $5 risk. But we shall see. Getting shorted there at the trend of the 420. They do not want to see it back over the 420, looks like. Can we see a little bit of green? Yeah. So let that play out through the day. NKTX, nice little bounce from the 1570. Nice little risky trades in there. Veru came up to the 15-minute trend, finding a little bit of resistance. It pushed out of the 5-minute, but the 15-minute kind of holding it. Sky pushed out of the 5 minutes, 15 minutes, holding, hour holding it. Come on, man. This thing's just playing. Go ahead and rip those shorts out of there. Get through that 425 and start holding. You know you want to. You know I want you to. Is what I should be saying. '20s. Can we get a bunch of 20s here? 21s. Slowing down even more. A lot of bot movement on NKTX now. A lot of wicks. We're seeing more and more wicks than we were seeing at the beginning. Sky coming back down to this 5-minute trend. Will it break back under the 1025-ish level? Looks like it's sitting on right there. And then on the 15-minute, it'll be the $10 level. And on the hour chart, I really couldn't draw two trends because I didn't know what it wanted to do. The SPY bounced back up to the 422. Still a nice little downtrend here. But continue to move up. Are we finally getting a push here? Okay, so we are making our way out of this trend, but will shorts attack it here and go ahead and bring it down through this one? 411. We can start getting up through here. I'll just move my stop right a couple cents under this old trend. Yeah, facing a lot of resistance there. 408 will be the next move. 408. Just cutting it down little by little if it can't go. Yep. Yep, they're punching it. I just don't like it's getting out of these trends, but it's not just absolutely going. Continues to try to fade back to this original trend. So I don't like that. If I can see it above this 425 level, I'll move it up, start moving it up. Okay. NKTX, bot moves. Veru. Yeah, failed to break through that 15 as of now. And it would be the same setup like on Sky where it does a 3-touch, it made a high of day, but it's just a little bit more powerful on the breakthrough if it's still green on the day on a higher time frame. But this one may or may not hold up here. NKTX holding under the 16s there. SBFM is a bull flag. Yeah. I'm trying to see what it wants to do, man. It's getting this nice little pumps and everything, but needs to start holding that 425. I would hate to see a failed pattern here. 425's not seeing any of that on the bids. There's some 23s. Can we see some 24s out there? Because what I'm feeling like, I mean, if this thing just fails the pattern, it's okay. It's $5 loss. But I really thought that this thing could get on up here with the news that it had. Out here, see NKTK breaking on down. We keep Vera on the watch though. Is there on the watch? Yep. Sky. Sky is one I just can't figure out why it's moving, why it was moving up. I did some research over the weekend, just could not find any valid points of why it'll be up. So we did get some quick 24s in there, but it does not look like it wants to go. Just popping around there. Hope maybe the bots will push it through this 425. That'll be dope. Let's go bots. Let's go Algo. Let's go Algo. Now I can see the bull flag. I can see the bull flag on SM because I got my TOS. I'm using TOS and Street Smart to do my chart analysis. It almost got out. All it needs is a little bit of bot excitement. And that emotion right there, that almost is what they want you to be feeling. Because they'll rip it down in a minute. It almost made it, and then they rip it down. Definitely need some 26s up here. 25s, 26s. So as long as it holds this little uptrend, I think I'll be all right. Come on, bots. Let's get that 430 up there. Throw that money in there. Nope, could not go. It's another push out of the trend and then a fail. So that's too many times. It's done that. Come down. One, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's gotta be some shorts gonna get caught in this. Gotta be. Veru back down to 13, 15-ish level, pushing back off of that 15-minute dissension. And the high was 14, 14. Oh, my. Well, opened up outside of this next trend. So when is this break gonna come? We got a new trend line here from the highs down here to this level. Go ahead and get rid of the old one. So at this point, let's see, 14 or 410, 410 level for a stop. So I put 409. All right, so got my stop in there. This is another failure up here. And the thing is, these trends are getting tighter and tighter into one. So it is being pushed down slowly into this level of dissension if it can't start ripping out. Got about a couple minutes left on that candle. If it wants to act up. The SPY back over 422. SPY holding this range here from the 418 up to the 423. Just crazy, crazy holds. NKTX was in this bottom 15 up to the 1670, has a high of day and a trend that we can see. Starting to form. All right, this candle will be closing in about 40 seconds. Very flat, just holding this little trend here. It's definitely looking for a little bit more out of it, but it's okay. We'll get better catalyst and have a little bit better analysis on the week. Just didn't want to start the week off with a huge loss, messing around with this little stock. In NKTX is starting to look juicy. Yeah, looking like it's coming up. Has a little bit of a flat top here at the 1688. Resistance. See what it wants to do. Now this is the same setup that we saw on Sky, I believe, earlier. Yeah, so Sky's coming down back to this little trend line, which isn't good. Looking like it wants to break on down. NK, you said maybe 1709. Yeah, this one is trash. NKTX. Yeah, you don't want to be holding this one from the top. You definitely lose a little bit more on this one. Looking at the volume here on Sky though, Sky got up there to almost a million shares traded, has lost a lot of volume there. Yeah, not a good sign on that volume profile on Sky. But yeah, it can be scalped. Yep. Okay. This thing SBFM taking forever. $4.13. Yeah, $4.13 is becoming that spot to be out on it. Yeah, 412 I'll jump. Needs to go ahead and break if it's gonna break. It's been up here to this 425 multiple times. If it's not gonna break, then don't play with my heart, man. Don't pull my heartstrings. 423s. Yeah, I think I'm gonna get stopped out on that one. Sky took a little bit of bounce from the 10 to the 1030s. NKTX made a new high of day, tested the trend, and waiting for a dip above this level of the 1564. All right, got out of SBMF. They dropped from the 20s all the way down there. So I'm okay with that. Took a little bit of a loss on that one, $5. But yeah, didn't want to play with that. Sky. NKTX coming back up, but did not come down enough. Coming back up there and facing that trend line on the higher time frame right there at the 1668. Seeing a little bit of rejection there. So if you bought at the on the 5-minute chart, you could trade until it reached the reached that little top point at the hour chart. Nice little pop out there for 1650 up to the 16, almost a 20-cent pop out right there. Very quick. Yeah. I'm not really seeing anything else with Catalyst that I want to play. So appreciate you guys for tuning in. I am going to be back tomorrow morning, See if we can get some better catalysts and things. Put some stuff on the watch list that I may want to watch. And don't forget to hit the like button. And if you're not subscribed but you enjoy the content, make sure that you subscribe. If you're on Twitter, make sure you hit that follow button. Like I said, I'll be back tomorrow morning with more live stream content. And yeah, I think that's it for today. Appreciate all of you guys for tucking in here with me. Shout out to Dallas, Lori, DB, Donnell, SB, Lauren, Lando, Lightning Rick, Gary, wow, we did a lot of talking today. I think GD was in here as well at some point today. But yeah, shout out to all you guys. And I'm gonna go ahead and break it down and go get something to eat, man. I went a little bit over time, but it's okay. And as always, let's see. Okay, here we are. What in the world? Where's my camera? My camera's off. I don't see it. Matter of fact, I don't see my camera at all. Well, I guess my camera hasn't been on this whole time. Great. But anyway, I will see you guys tomorrow. See, whenever I have my meetings in the morning, the camera switches over to Zoom and it just doesn't come back over. But oh well. I think we had a good observation Monday. And as always, I will see you in the next one. Peace.